So you've spoken about dialogos.
Yes.
As a diabetic, I know that dia doesn't mean two; it means sort of more like through. Or,
Yeah.
And I think it's commonly misunderstood. People hear dialogos and they assume, or dialogue, and they assume it's about two people. But you're really talking about something going through you.
Yes.
And so the word dialogos, you'll explain it better than me, but it's the logos coming through the conversation.
Exactly. So the patron saint of this is Heraclitus, right? About don't listen to me, my words, but listen to the dialogue, listen to the logos, right? And all things are one, right? And so it's all there. All things are one is a deeply sort of participatory, right? And there's about the connectedness, and then he's talking about the speech is actually like it's something, and there's a through line going through the speech, and that's the logos. Something is gathering in the words all of the stuff we've been talking about, all this ability, all this intelligibility, and it's taking on a life of its own. And we can either drop away from that and just try to capture it in formation, or we can respond to it by saying, no, I'm going to transform to conform to this, and I'm going to try and follow it and afford it and unfold it more and more between me and the other. And so I'm doing this, and then I meet Guy Sandstock and Peter Lindbergh and all this stuff about circling, right? And as a cognitive scientist, I'm doing this participant observation, and what I'm seeing is people are getting into a flow state, but it's not just individual cognition, extended cognition, it's distributed through the group. There's a collective intelligence that is being activated, and what happens?
It's embodied and acted. It's the works.
It's all of them. It's the works. And what's happening is I'm also seeing people from all different backgrounds, mostly secular, and first of all, they discover this profound kind of non-sexual, non-familial intimacy. But it's an eros, right? But it's not.
That eros.
But so they get that, and then what happens? And we just did a workshop, Guy and Chris and I. What happens is what can happen is they can go from this kind of intimacy to a triangulation. You and I also start to feel intimate with that logos,
right?
And then the logos as this experiential knowing, the participatory knowing of how intelligibility plugs into being, and then they start to relate to the ground of being.
And it's suffused with meaning, I guess.
And that's what I was going to say. With all these secular people, they start using inherently religious terms to talk about this experience. And of course, the logos has a huge history within Western spirituality, right?